Hey everyone, Dave K here, and today I want to do something a little bit different. I want to give you a review of the Campark ACT74 Action Waterproof Camera. Let's do it. Hey everyone, Dave K here. I recently got myself the Campark ACT74 Action Camera. I saw this as an option for a waterproof camera. I was looking for something along the lines of a GoPro, but for something a little bit more affordable. So I wanted to give you an idea of what I got here, what it looks like, what it comes with, and give you an idea of how it works as well. I got the ACT74 with this box here. The camera came in this little pouch on the side right here. I'm going to show you that in a second, as well as a bunch of other goodies in there. It looks like there's a strap for carrying it. Honestly, I feel like there's almost too much stuff in there. You've got a holster and a head in which the camera itself sits on, sort of the underwater mount here, as well as a handlebar, a lot like this one. I also bought myself, as you can see, this grip here, this bar. So I swapped out the handlebar that came with the camera mounted to this plastic piece with the one that was already attached right here to this unit. But it's really cool what it comes with, but you want to also bear in mind there's a couple things that you're going to need to get on your own. So I did have batteries. It came with batteries, but I did not have a memory card for this camera when I got it. So something to keep in mind is when you order this camera, you'll also need to get yourself a memory card. It does also come with a battery charger, but you have to keep in mind that when you try to charge your batteries, and for me this was new, so something to keep in mind, when you try to charge the batteries, you have to put the battery in the camera. This means it comes in this plastic piece. So take it out of the plastic piece, open up the battery pack on the bottom, put the battery in the camera. Then you're going to plug the whole camera itself into the wall for charging. So I thought that was kind of strange. You know, I'm used to, with cameras, I'm used to being able to just take the battery pack and plug it into the charger. Just bear in mind that you can only charge one battery at a time, if you will, because it needs to be within the camera. Now this mount that it's in is very interesting as well. It's got buttons here on the side. So my guess is maybe the camera itself isn't waterproof. Not really sure. Don't see myself testing that, but we'll see. Maybe I will. But the plastic mount has 4 buttons on it. On the top there's a record button. On the front there's a power button. That's different from what I've seen from the GoPros, from Mike's GoPro. He does not have a power button on his. So I do have to turn it on separately from the record function. And I'm assuming these two on the sides are either volume up, volume down, or some other form of adjustment. Maybe it's the zoom, the ability to zoom in and out. When you turn the camera on, I found it very interesting. It looks like it's a nice image. There are components I still have to go through here and work on with the camera. I haven't set up the date and time, which you'll see here on the back in a second. And there's a lot of other components to set up. But you'll see it kind of glows there, gives you an intro of the camera. And it's a nice shot. You can see pretty nicely. It looks like there's some good quality footage there for you to be able to get an idea of what you look like. My understanding is it does have a fisheye, so kind of bubbles at the ends, but then you might get more footage with that as well. I'm not 100% sure, again, what that will look like either, but looking forward to testing it out here. But again, in short, it comes with a variety of different gadgets in here. You will have to figure out how to unbox it. So how that works is there's a clasp right here on the top, sort of pops back this way, and you'll be able to remove the camera. It's a pretty small camera by itself. It does come with a piece of plastic on the front here, which I'm going to remove here with you, as well as a piece of plastic on the back where the screen is. And I imagine those are both to protect them from getting damaged or dirty in traveling, in transit. Looking forward to sharing more of this footage with you here real soon, but it's a nice little gadget so far. I'm hoping it'll do everything that I need it to do for filming at water parks or at the pools. Looking forward to sharing that with you real soon. It's kind of hard to open the battery pack here on the bottom. And then the charger's on the same size as where you put the memory card. Same side there. There's charger outlets as well as the memory card unit. And then again, you can turn the power on the front, start recording on the top here, and there's a couple buttons on the opposite side for zooming in, zooming out, that sort of thing. We'll see what it looks like as we're using it. So far, I'm excited for it. I'm hoping it works out for me. It saves me having to worry about buying a GoPro, which can be expensive, especially for what I'm looking for. But we'll see how it goes. As I was saying, the camera comes with a lot of different stuff. You'll see there's another piece here, I imagine kind of for that waterproof casing. There's a piece here for almost like double mounting, it looks like. There's a huge instruction manual, which I haven't taken a look at, but I did need to look at in order to understand how to turn the camera on and that sort of thing. So keep in mind you will need to hold on to that instruction manual. I think I have it in the box. Here's a car mount as well, so it looks like you've got the car mount there, a screen wipe, a variety of different things here to get you started. So it's like almost, there's too many different kinds of mounts, and I don't know what to do with all of them, but there's a lot of stuff in here for that. Again, make sure you hold on to that instruction manual. You will need a memory card, but beyond that, you should be able to get started at least testing it just as is. If you want something to be able to hold it more easily, I did go ahead and buy a mount as well. And I think there's a lot of them like this. It's floating, it should float in the water, as well as it's a good sort of thing to hold on to and is waterproof when I go to a water park. Hey everyone, taking another look at the Campark ACT74 here. I took off the plastic wrap on both this case as well as on the camera itself. Now when I'm trying to turn it on, it looks like I need to set up maybe the date and time configurations. So I'm going to try turning it back on right now. Let's see if I can walk you through it and see if we can figure out how it works together. So it does make that dinging noise as you boot it up. It's a sort of audio effect that you'll hear. And then you can see the video showing within the camera, but it's also mentioning some other requirements like formatting and that sort of thing. Strangely, I seem to miss the message for how to set up the date and time. I'm not sure it really matters, actually. So these buttons on the side allow for zooming in and zooming out, I'm discovering. As I press upward, the zoom gets closer, and as I press backwards, the zoom is further out. So that's really cool that I have the ability to do that through the case. It doesn't look like I can hold the button down. I have to manually click it each time, but that still works. No problem. It's pretty interesting. You can. It seems like you can zoom in a good distance here. That's a 3.9x. Oh, it keeps going. 4x. 4x looks like it's the most I'm going to get here, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty cool level of zoom there. You can see it goes from being just my eye or my mouth here to being able to see my whole face, it looks like, and even everything around me, everything behind me at that same level of distance. I haven't actually taken it out yet and tried it outside to see how it looks outside. It does look like it fisheyes a little bit, even in the center of the shot, but it could be worse, I think. This might be able to do it for me just as a backup waterproof camera, or as a waterproof camera for now, for early on. We'll give it a shot and see how it works out. Again, it seems like I've lost track of how to change the date and time on here, but I'm sure that's something I can go back and figure out another time. Alright, let's give it a run and see how well it works. I'll let you know. Alright, let's see if we can turn this camera on this button. Right on the top here, I should be able to start recording. So let's double check the back side. And it doesn't look like it's recording. Oh, here it is. Here's the message that I was looking for. TF card file system format does not meet requirements. Do you want to format? And then you have to press yes, confirmation, or cancel. Now, you won't see that message if you wait too long after turning the device on. So I have to continue to re-click this OK button, and then I'm going to go and click confirm here. I'm not really sure. Oh, the side buttons, this is not a touchscreen. The side buttons are how I go ahead and confirm. So I'm going to click OK once I've pressed the down arrow to go over to confirm, and hopefully the memory card is formatting. It says TF card plug-in. The card should be plugged in. I'm just not sure if that will fix it. Okay, it does. It looks like I'm recording, so that's awesome. You'll be able to see this footage. I'll be able to see this footage. Now, right now, the camera is outside of its case, right? And you can see I'm holding it at about arm's length from me. So I'm looking at the camera, holding it at about an arm's length from myself, a little bit less than that. And I'm going to go ahead and put it in this case for waterproof purposes. And let's see how it looks inside the case. Okay, we're going to take a look at how that quality looks. It's a little tricky for me to get this camera inside the case right now. And for some reason the screen went black here. I'm going to assume that's power saving mode. Yeah, I think that's probably okay to assume. It's trying to save itself some power. Again, here I am holding it out there at maybe an arm's length, a little bit over, or a little bit under arm's length. It's about a full arm's length out here. I'm waving at the camera. You know, I'm looking around, moving a little bit. Let's see a little bit of this back wall. See if I can get some of that shot in here. A little bit of the back wall within this camera. And we'll take a look at how that footage looks on land here. We haven't tested yet in the water, coming out of the water, near the water. So we'll have to give all that a shot. But for now, I'm excited to see how this footage looks. Outside of its case, right? You can see I'm holding it about and put it in this case for waterproof purposes. Alright, tested the Campark and a couple first impressions. For starters, the video quality is good. I'm pretty happy with the video quality. It works out pretty well. It does have that sort of fisheye effect, but the video quality definitely works. Now, outside the case, the audio seems to be okay, but it's muffled to a point where you almost can't even hear the camera when it's in the waterproof case here. So that is a concern. I'm gonna have to see what I can do with that, see if I can mess with the audio a little bit to make it work. But that's definitely something to watch out for. Video quality, I'm pretty happy with, but if you're worried about audio quality, especially in this case, you may want to consider another option. Alright, a couple of first impressions here with the Campark ACT74. The video quality looks good. It's better than I was expecting. I'm happy to see that you can clearly tell what's going on in the video. No real problems. It does have a bit of a fisheye effect, but I can totally live with that on a fairly entry-level waterproof camera. In terms of the audio, it's okay outside the case. You can hear it when it's close to your face. When you reach a little bit, it's a lot harder to hear. But once you put it inside the case, the waterproof casing that it comes with, you can almost hear nothing. You have to really turn up the volume on your computer to hear anything that's going on. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to make that work for audio, if I'm going to be able to stretch it out or make that parts of volume a little bit louder. So we'll have to see on that front. But if you're looking for high quality audio, especially inside this case, I would look at another option. But if you're only worried about the video quality, it's a great camera. Another issue I noticed with the camera is there's a timestamp on the camera in the upper left-hand corner of the video. I'm not really sure how to remove that yet, and the date and time is completely wrong. So I'm going to see if I can figure out either how to remove it or how to set the date and time so it's correct. So we'll have to see what I can do on that front. That is a little bit of an issue, that watermark with the date, but it's not a huge problem for me. If I had to use this for video in the water, I would have no problem. I will make this work, I think, but it's not amazing, it's not ideal, but I think it'll definitely do the job if you're looking for an entry waterproof camera, especially for that video.